Hi friends, in US taxation, we will be discussing more about qualified persons, dependents. So, under that category, we would definitely be having a primary discussion about qualifying child. So, we can say them as QC, qualifying child. See, unlike in Indian scenario, we find a lot of subclassification that we have and a lot of tax credits we can take up. So, a lot of features to reduce our tax liability we do have. So, therefore, we are expected to keep our records clear, straight and transparent. So, let us know about who and all can come under qualifying child. See, number 1, a taxpayer is there. So, for a taxpayer, who can be a qualifying child? So, people would immediately be just telling that his son or daughter could be that or both could be there. So, I would just put it this way, biological, his own or her own, his or her own child is what we call it out as biological child. Then we have, say in US, certain things we have got to consider as very ordinary, which might have some amount of effect in India. So, there could always be a jerk. It could be a cultural jerk, but we should accept fact as a fact, what law is telling, what IRS is telling, that we have got to understand. The next one is stepchild. Stepchild would mean, so where Mr. A is marrying another person B, Mrs. B. So, B has got children through a previous marriage. So, such children of B from A's point of view shall be referred to as stepchildren. So, stepchild if it were to be singular. So, stepchildren or stepchild as the case may be. So, children of the spouse. So, we can put it this way, children of the spouse. So, from Ramayana also we can quote, we say Rama and Lakshmana. So, Rama and Lakshmana, they are having a common parent, but they are born for different mothers. So, for Kausalya Devi, the mother of Rama, how is it he will view for tax purposes Lord Lakshmana only as stepchild. So, we can understand Kausalya, for her Lord Rama is the biological child. For Dasharatha, Rama is a biological child. For Dasharatha, Lakshmana is a biological child. But for Kausalya, Lakshmana is stepchild. So, same is the way Bharata and Shatrugna are stepchildren for Kausalya. Just for the sake of basic understanding, I am just telling you. And let us just take up such examples where we can easily catch up with the relationship and thereby we can have a better understanding of the subject. So, number 1 biological child, then number 2 stepchild, then eligible foster child. That is adopted children or child as the case may be. And then descendant of such child. That means grandchildren also will come under the category of qualified child. Then we have brothers, sisters, stepbrother, sister, then half brother and sister or descendant of them. See, at this moment, people would like to know what is the difference between stepbrother and half brother. In the case of stepbrother, we will have a common parent. In the case of half brother, no common parent. So, let me explain. So, A is a person, husband, plus B, wife. Through them, you have C and D are two children, right? So, because of some misunderstanding, B is divorced. A and B are not no longer married couple, divorced. And what is happening is that A marries E, another married lady, but divorced. Divorced lady. Through her previous marriage, she has got F and G as two children. So now, from the viewpoint of C, what is the relationship he or she is carrying with F? So, as I told you, no common parent. So, this F and G, for them, X was considered to be their dad. So, this gentleman living elsewhere. Now, E is joining A and C and D are there with A and F and G coming along with E, all of them are staying in same house. So, now the status of C with respect to F is that of half brother. So, many times people may not have a clear cut understanding between step brother and half brother. Step brother, where you have a common parent, either it could be mom or dad, whereas in the case of half brother, you do not have a common parent at all. Okay. So, coming back to this discussion as qualified child. So, we can consider these people also as qualifying child. Next one is descendants of such persons. So, their children will also be considered under qualifying child. Then, this is as far as the relationship is concerned. The next one is age. So, age would mean, so under the age of 19 or under the age of 24 plus full-time student. So, you should have qualifying child, the child should be under the age of 19 or under the age of 24 and where he or she being a full-time student. All the conditions are to be satisfied. So, please be careful with that. Next one is that the person should be that of a citizen of USA, or Canada. The other one is that Mexico. So, that entire region, that American continent where you have Canada as well as Mexico as part of that total continent. So, that person should be that of a citizen of USA or Canada or Mexico. So far we have just seen it is a relationship, then number 2 age, then number 3 citizenship. So, it is relationship, age and citizenship, and then next one is that the child must have the same principal residence of that of taxpayer for more than 50% of the year. The child must have the same principal residence as that of the taxpayer for more than 50% of the year. Then, see, as far as qualifying child is concerned, a qualifying child is not subject to gross income test and over half support test as applicable in the case of qualified relatives. So, therefore, a qualifying child can earn any amount of income. So, please just understand, they are not subject to, qualifying child is not subject to gross income test what a qualified relative will be having, and more than half the support concept you do not have it in the case of qualifying child. So, now let us just repeat. So, number 1 relationship, then number 2 age factor, and in fact in the age factor when we talk about full time student, there will always be a problem. People would like to just join a particular course on the last day of the financial year, I mean in the tax year. So, whether he will be qualified, answer to that question is no. So, at least part of 5 calendar months should be there. So, people just try to manipulate, no. So, they are not giving scope for that. So, a genuine case should normally be admitted. So, first and foremost thing is that number A, there is number 1, first point is that relationship test, then age test, citizenship test, then residential test, then support. So, we can summarize like this way: relationship, age, citizenship, principal residence, then lastly support. Support for which qualifying child will not have relationship, we have got it right, age we have got it right, citizenship we have got it right, and principal residentship we got it right, and we do not have support test applicable in the case of qualifying child. Thank you.